Both John and Jim had won the championship series. Now we finally relook at each other and realize we're going to 47, and both of our sons will be playing in that football game. So go ahead and...
Well, I was going to say that my father called, and he's 97 at the time. So he says, Jackie, by God, I'm going to the Super Bowl.
We are the parents of John and Jim Harbaugh.
Our sons coached against one another in Super Bowl XLVII, and I wanted it to end in a tie.
The Harbaughs, my super story.
The question was asked with numbing repetition the week of the Super Bowl is, which one do you favor, or which one are you rooting for? And a magic moment for us at the Super Bowl was on Friday. They had the dual press conference with John and Jim, and the two were up there bandying back and forth, as they had as children, jockeying for position. And press conference is over, and they asked that the family come up to have a picture taken, and in the middle was Joe Sapiti, 97 years old, with this hat that we still have at our house. To see him share that moment with his grandchildren will live with us as long as we draw breath in our lives, correct?
Yes. This is about family.
The day of the game, the realization set in of what this next 3.5 hours is going to be like. And it wasn't something that was pleasant for me at the time.
Well, ordinarily when we go to a game, we do wear the colors. And this game, we were conscious of not doing that because it would show favoritism one way or the other.
There was no movement, there was no expression, I don't think we even spoke during the game that I can remember. To watch the way the 49ers came back and made the game competitive, down to the wire, was one of the great games in Super Bowl history, in my judgment. So the game was over, we're in the press box, and we're looking down, and they're wheeling out the platform, and the confetti, and the band, and there's fireworks, and everything's going on. We're looking at each other, and
we have to get down there.
And go ahead, just describe that feeling.
Well, we knew how important and excited this was for John, because this had been a journey for John and the Ravens, and it was important that for him to know how proud we were of him. And we went down on the field to congratulate him, and then the Ravens security people helped us find our way to Jim's locker room.
The story in the locker room with Jim, I don't think his story's ever been told.
Well, I don't know if you should
tell it. Maybe I should tell it. Victory has many friends. Defeat is an orphan, and I did feel that experience a little bit. John is surrounded by his team, surrounded by his coaches, but Jim was literally an orphan. He was by himself in that moment, and we understood, I realized that we were in the right place. We were in the right locker room. We were going to ride the bus back with Jim and Jimmy, and that's where we needed to be.
Jack and I got on the bus, and it was very quiet, and then Jim got on, and then his son Jimmy got on, and sat down next to him, and they were both just sitting there, and then Jimmy put his head on Jim's shoulder, and Jim reached around and grabbed him, and for me, I said, this is what it's all about. This is what family is all about. This is what that day meant to me in the end.